Hello everyone, and welcome to chapter 122, Guilt Over Nothing. I'm recording this, full disclosure, on the morning, it's 12 a.m., on Saturday. So yeah, this is the third time I've missed the deadline. Once was for COVID, once was because of a travel, this was because I was busy. And I will get to what it basically the whole reason I'm recording this late is an anti thesis or thesis I to the whole idea of the episode. So this is a deadline I missed. But before we go on, first of all, I am still sick despite being a week later, so there is a chance of coughing. I will make sure not to cough into the microphone and cough away from it, but just I thought I'd give you a heads up that it might be coming. Secondly, my drink for today is tea. Yes, it's tea. Despite my long standing objections to any hot drinks, I have to drink tea because, the coughs are really bad, and I mean really bad. I feel like my chest is bruised from the inside, which is not a good feeling. But anyway, this chapter is called Guilt Over Nothing, which has a double meaning, or double entendre. It's not a double entendre. I'm drinking entendre because I've been watching Not Going Out. Lee Mack's Not Going Out, because after watching Would I Lie to You, I thought, let's check his sitcom. And it's fun. It's a sitcom. I like it. It's not super great, but it's a good sitcom. Like it has meat. And there is lots of double entendres there. But anyway, it has a double meaning. It means when you feel guilty over nothing, but it also means when you're guilty over, nothing happening. And that's the second kind that I want to talk about. Because, throughout the week, if you heard the last episode, if you haven't, last episode I recorded and then went on a trip to Tabriz. I came back Tuesday night. On Wednesday, I spent the whole day on bed. On Thursday, I went to a friend's house. Incredible day. I had tons of fun. And today, I went and visited my father. And then afterwards, I went to a friend's goodbye party. He's leaving Iran, and so that's the whole thing. And when I was in Tabriz, first of all, I was on a trip. I was visiting family, and I was also very sick. Like, there were days I could barely stand up. The whole sorry about the noises. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I'm gonna. Okay, sorry, I'm hearing noises and I don't know where they're coming from. If you can hear them as well, I am so sorry. And I think it might be the air conditioning unit. Anyways, I'm so sorry about the whole distraction. When I was in Tabriz, it was a travel, and I was sick. I really was sick. So I didn't do anything. I didn't do any editing. I didn't do any of my projects that I was supposed to do. I didn't do any writing. I didn't do any reading. I just watched. I actually finished Cheers after a whole ass, more than I think a year of starting my Cheers rewatch. I finally finished it. I'm gonna miss those guys. And I watched Not Going Out, Lee Mack's Not Going Out. So that's the whole idea. And I played a lot of board games with my family. So part of me is feeling guilty because I'm feeling like, oh, I should have done something and I haven't right now. and I don't know why. Okay, first of all, sorry about the cough. I'm going to take another sip of the tea. Here's the thing, I know I was sick. I know that I was traveling. I know there are a lot of reasons for me not to have done as much as I thought I would do. I know all of that. But there is another aspect. My brain is incredibly good at rationalizing its own lazy behavior or its own desires as, well, rational. It's kind of a curse, I think. It might be considered a curse. But I want to bring you on a journey to some place you shouldn't really go to, and that is my brain. So, for example, like drinking sugary drinks, and for taste reasons, if you can believe it, I like drinking Coke Zero. Very recently, Coke Zero aspartame, which is a key ingredient in Coke Zero, is known to be a carcinogen. Now, on top of that, I also like drinking sugary drinks. Now, I have rationalized that because everything else in my life is kind of not in a good place because I'm living in Iran and I am not doing what I need to be doing in terms of getting out of it and or my career or anything, that I kind of need that. I need that carcinogen because it's an addiction and I'm feeding my addiction, but I don't have enough mental capacity to lose that addiction. Truth is, I don't know how much of that is true and how much of it is me bullshitting myself. And that is the problem. I tend to be extremely hard on myself, but I also tend to be extremely easy on myself. Like I'm extremely hard. I require myself to do everything, but at the same time I require myself to do nothing. So I don't know which part of it is which. For example, in the case that I've done nothing this week, and I feel guilty over it. Yes, I was sick. Yes, I couldn't look at the screen, and I don't know if you've edited or not, but like 70% of that is looking at the screen. Yes, I was traveling, I was visiting family. Yes, I had other problems, and I've dealt with them. It's not like I've done nothing, I've just haven't done the stuff I wanted to do. So, how much of that is actually me being fair to myself that, oh, I couldn't have done, and how much of it is me giving myself a pass? That's the problem, and I think I'm not alone at that. Like, I talk to my friends, I read stuff on social media, and I feel like this is not a problem unique to me. I've seen my friends being too hard on themselves to the point that they are burning themselves out and getting apathetic about everything, but at the same time, they feel like they've taken it too slow. Like, oh, I'm not doing anything because it's not something they want to do. I'm sure if they listen to this, if people do listen to this, is is the same for me in my case. Like if they listen to this, they probably say, "Oh yeah, Ali, you do a ton of stuff, and at the same time, you feel like you've done nothing." And that's the part that I want to talk about: guilt over nothing. Now, you might be saying, "Oh, this is an overreaction over some week that you haven't done anything," and yeah, that might be true. But at the same time, it's not the first time that it has happened. Like I feel guilty when, for any reasons, I couldn't do anything I want. Sometimes, barely, I didn't want to. Like, okay, there was a time when I played Alpha Protocol instead of editing, and it's the simple answer is that I wanted to play Alpha Protocol instead of editing because I couldn't deal with editing either mentally or just I didn't want to deal with that at that moment. Now, is that wrong? I mean, it's not my. I mean, it is basically my own self-inflicted job, but at the same time, is that wrong? I feel like part of it is boy oh boy, media and the media that I consume is that old grind set, you have to constantly be doing something. And that has actually affected me. Like part of me, and this is the incredibly pathetic and incredibly problematic stuff that I probably should talk about one day, is that whenever I'm watching a movie, at the back of my brain is like, oh yeah, you need to write a review for it, and then like do this to that and do that to that, and it feels like, oh, I need to be producing content around it, and I catch myself doing that sometimes, like, and that frightens me. Like when I'm watching, the other day I was watching with my cousin, I was watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorite movies of all time, and in the back of my head I was going that, oh, I need to be writing a review for it on Letterboxd and probably make a video about why this is such a unique piece of media. And I caught myself doing that as I was watching it because it's a movie I've seen so many times that I can like recite it back to back. So I was half paying attention. My other half of my attention was gathering my stuff because I was planning on, flying back that night. So I was half watching it, and then I caught myself thinking that, and I was like, oh, fucking God, I can't even enjoy watching one of my favorite movies because in my head I should be doing something with it. Like, there is this thing where leisure time is slowly dying, and I hate that. I'm one of the biggest, critics of that mindset, at least in my own vicinity that I know of. So, cutting myself doing that is horrifying, and I don't want to be doing that. So, but aside from that, part of it is that I feel like I haven't gotten what I needed to do in life. Like, I look at my friend, she has a job, she is living with her friends, and honestly, she's incredibly strong. Like, if I do what she has to do on a daily basis for a week, I would go mad. And she's incredibly strong. I hope she's listening to this. But she's incredibly strong. So when I'm like doing editing, I hate editing. Like, that's one of the reasons this show is not edited, and that is why you had to spend a minute listening to me trying to find the source of a noise that probably isn't even noticeable on the final product. But it's there, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I hate editing, but I have to do it because I want to make a video. But at the same time, I want to do good editing. I don't want to just slap something together. If it was like in the days of Born in Quarantine, I would have happily slapped something together. But now I feel like my standards have grown. And as I'm writing and I'm editing, I'm thinking of, oh, I can do this for the next video and all of that. And because of that, I know people, YouTubers have this tendency, like whenever they get coming to any money, the first thing they do is they get equipment. They buy better equipment. I think I will be going to my grave on this Canon 60D that I use for filming stuff, and this Zoom H5 that I do for recording stuff, probably the same microphone that I bought with it. But I will get an editor. Like, if I get any amount of money from my YouTube channel, the first thing I'll do is I hire an editor, because I can't deal with the editing. I hate it. So, sorry, I need to weten my throat because, god damn it, the coughs are bad, man. So, I hate editing, and I didn't do it. Sometimes I didn't want to. Sometimes I couldn't. Sometimes I was doing... Sometimes I was doing other stuff. Sorry, there was a hair in my throat. Jesus, where did that get there? Was it in the tea? I don't know. Sorry, that's a disgusting image. If it helps, it might be my own hair that I kind of swallowed, because my hair is a mess right now. But anyways, I couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it, and because of that, I feel guilty. It's not hyperbole. I feel guilt. I feel like this has been my like destiny, and I should have listened to it, and I didn't. I watched Lee Mack's Not Going Out, which is a good show. Like it's not me wasting my time, I think, but at the same time, it's not me doing something. And again, this is where I get to the problem. This is where I really want to hear your opinions. So, if you can, do send me a voice message. I do want to hear them. Do send me a comment on Castbox. I have the app, and I turned on the notification on there. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, you can comment there. And while you're there, like and subscribe and shit like that. But I don't know how much of it I'm being fair to myself. Like, okay, I didn't want to do it. How much of it is my desire to be doing something because that's what I've been taught to, that you always need to be doing something and you can't have leisure time? And how much of it is me going easy on myself? I don't know that. And that's an incredible distinction, because I've seen people who cannot make that distinction, and it is draining. Like, you feel like, oh, I need to be doing this and that and this and that, and then you realize, oh, it's been like 5 months since I've seen my friends, and are they my friends even? And I've been there. Like, I've been there to the places where I kind of just got swallowed up by a whole other bunch of other stuff, and I didn't do anything of value in terms of social life. I don't know what to do. Anyways, that was me. I still feel guilty, not because I missed the deadline, because to be honest, I think I'm getting better on that. I mean, I missed the deadline by a few hours. If you're on a different time code or time zone, you probably don't even notice that I've missed it. But I missed it by the time the video is also uploaded and I publish both of them, probably an hour or two. But I feel guilty because I feel like, oh, I should be doing something right now. I should have been writing my proposal for my thesis, which I have. I just need to call a few professors and try to find them. Again, I will do one episode on the whole shit that the uni pulled on this particular thing. Or I should be editing. Like, editing has been there in my head for ages. But above all else, there are like stuff on the back burner that have been so far on the back burner, they have stunk up the place, and I need to deal with them. I need to do the project by Tuesday, and I haven't written a word on it. I want to rewrite my script, and I haven't done that. There is a lot I need to do, and I haven't done that. And the problem is that because of that guilt, I'm not even enjoying the stuff I do instead of it. Like, procrastinations aside, like, I can't really enjoy watching Not Going Out, because in my head I'm like, oh, why are you watching Not Going Out? You should be editing. And this is the, like, complicated part, I guess. It's not complicated, it's very simple. I don't do, like, when I feel that guilt, I don't shut off Not Going Out and go and do editing. I just keep watching Not Going Out. I just don't enjoy it. And I don't know how much of that I need to change my perspective on. I need another counselor. I have kind of broke things off with my last one. I haven't been to her since March. So I need a new counselor. And I have found someone. I just need to message them. And again, that in and of itself. Like, even my room is a mess right now, and I'm tired. I'm always tired. And I'm sick. I'm coughing like hell, and my chest hurts. But the guilt doesn't really understand that. The guilt is like, oh, who cares? You just should be doing what you have to be doing. You should be editing. You should be editing. You should be editing. You should be editing. And it's not wrong. I should be editing. I will go back to editing. Hopefully. Anyways, I will see all of you next week. Hopefully next week I can be on time, and I probably will have more to say than some abstract construct. See you all next week.